Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, if you would please turn your attention to the video board to view a video that honors the memory of Deshaun Perry, followed by comments from teammates Will Betteridge, Nick Jackson, Donovan Johnson, Josh McCarron, Hunter Stewart, and Ben Smiley.
Just want to let you know we all love and miss you, bro. You are truly a blessing to all of us. One-of-a-kind personality. He always found a way to give me rides, pick me up, and drop me off to class, every day. And you could tell he was getting tired of it, but he always did it anyways. Just one of those selfless moments I had with Deshaun. One thing I remember about Deshaun is his motive. I always found a way to get better in anything he did, whether it was football, music, or in his art. He was destined to be great in anything he did. I love you, brother. Fly high.
Hey everybody, I'm Donovan Johnson, and today it's an honor to speak on Deshaun's behalf. I just want to talk about the type of person he was. Deshaun was real loving, he was nice, and he could make you laugh. He had the personality to light the room up. He made everybody want to be around him. And honestly, he could make everybody laugh. So today, I just want to speak on a sense of humor he had, and I hope y'all can laugh. So I'm thinking about this memory that I had with Deshaun, and I was just talking to him. He pulled up. He was like, I'm about to cut my hair. I'm like, nah, you're not. He was like, yeah, I will, towards the end of the season. And the season haven't even started yet. This is right before camp. And then one day he popped up, and he had like a fade. And then I was like, Deshaun, you're not a real dreadhead. And then he was like, bro, how? I had dreads, And then I was like, bro, you gotta grow your dreads back. He like, bro, if my mama tell me I look good, I'm never growing dreads again. So it's stuff like that was cool. And then we had a time where, this was last week on the field. He was being a little aggressive after the play, and he got pulled off the field. He like, bro, why did you took me out? I'm like, bro, you was fighting. He like, you're right, I was. And then I remember this one time, he liked to get me on the field. So we was doing scout, and this was maybe early in the season, and I didn't get the call. He gave me the wrong call, and coach looked at me like, bro, what are you? I was like, all right. So later on the season, maybe 3 weeks ago or something like that, he was like, he asked me what the call was. I was like, I got him. So he looked over, he like, what's the call? And I told him, you blitzing. He's like, all right. So as the play went on, he walked up and he noticed he wasn't blitzing on that play. And then he looked over at me, he like, bro, don't ever do that again. And then I was like, got you. And there was a time we was on the field, and I was on the scout team, and he was starting on punt return, maybe last year, and we was getting after each other, and coach came to me, he was like, Deshaun is bullying you, you gonna go like that? I was like, all right. So I came off real aggressive, and I was pushing at him, and then after the play, I kept pushing at him, and then he gave me the look like, we could do this if you want to. So later in the locker room, he kept it up, and then I was like, I can't stand down. So we walk up to each other, we look at each other eye to eye. He busts out laughing, I start laughing too. He was just a great guy, and I just appreciate every moment I had with him, just being able to laugh with him all the time. And, even this time where we was coming home from a away game, and we didn't play so good. And I don't know how the conversation started, and he was talking about how his mom would, we was talking about the time our moms would do this 360 hit on us when we not listening or being too loud in the car. They'll hit us like this and still drive real good. So we was, so we laughed about that. We was laughing a little too loud. And he got this real funny laugh that make everybody else start laughing. And Coach E got up like, yo, y'all cut that laughing out. And then if you know him, he gave me this look. He was like this. And then I started laughing so hard. And then I think Coach E looked back again, and I was like, I know he caught me this time. And just to talk about, like, you know, he was just a great guy, and he was a loving, caring person. And, you know, I'm gonna miss him. Everybody gonna miss him, and, you know, it's an honor just to be in his presence and, you know, making everybody a better person, and, you know, always coming to McHugh ready to work, you know, and always having that mentality. And I just want to say I love you, bro. Love you, Dev. Love you, Vel. Love you, Deshaun.
Hey everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Josh McCarron, and I have the honor of speaking about Deshaun. It's crazy to think that a child's game like football could bring people together. Me being from the top left of the country, Deshaun being from the bottom right. The math, it's unfathomable that we'd ever one day meet. But as one of our former coaches once said, doing hard stuff is a weird way of bringing people together. Growing up, my father always used to tell me about great men in his life, and I was always curious about what that looked like out in the world. From the day I got to the University of Virginia, it was evident that Deshaun Perry was one of those great men my father used to speak about. Deshaun and I, both being a part of the linebacking crew, or LBC, instantly gravitated towards each other. Deshaun accepted me with open arms and treated me like family. Deshaun was the brother I never knew I needed. I opened up to him one day after practice about my story, the story of me and my mother, and he told me he'd always be there for me, no matter where, no matter what times get tough, and when I didn't know where to go. He was a glass half full kind of person whose smile always lit up the room. Deshaun was special that way. No matter who you were, where you were from, or what you stood for, Deshaun loved you like no other. To see the way this tragic event has brought a community together has shown me just how beautiful as a person Deshaun was. He touched the lives of so many people, not only here in Charlottesville, but all across the country. And to see that so many of y'all saw Deshaun the way that we all saw him brings me peace and happiness. Deshaun, you were a brother, a mentor, a warrior, but above all those things, you were a blessing and a beautiful human. You were my friend, and you will forever be in my heart. I love you, Deshaun Perry. Rest in power, brother. Thank you.
How's everybody doing? My name is Ben Smiley, and I'll be presenting my letter to Deshaun. Deshaun was a one-of-a-kind person. His loyalty and commitment to friends and family and the game of football was unmatched. Hearing the news of the recent incident was a tragedy and still a burden on my heart. Deshaun has always told me life is more important than football, and I never really knew what he meant. I didn't know what he meant because I thought football was life. Since the tragedy, many things he said to me, I realized the meanings. The great times we had as freshmen on campus, breaking rules, and just enjoying the times with Aaron, Mike, T, and Meek, I will never get back. I just wanted to take the time to say how appreciative I am of you and your love and passion you have for the game of football. Forever live through me. You never cared what position it was. You always wanted to contribute. We trained countless number of times to reach our goals. Aaron played a big role in our success, making sure we knew plays and how to dominate and what we did on the field. I was very angry and had many bad thoughts of revenge from what happened to you. I knew you was all about peace and love, and my mindset switched because I knew you are in a better place. All I ask is you leave some space for me and your brothers, and that I love you, D.
My name is Will Betteridge. I'm a first year here, and I was grateful to have amazing encounters with all three of these angels that were taken from us. Devin, you put a big smile on my face every day when I saw you grinding and working on your schoolwork in JPJ, no matter the circumstances you were going through. It definitely made it easier for me to push and get my own work done, and I really appreciate it. Lavelle, the one conversation that comes to my mind is when you told me on the sideline, you look at me and you go, "Damn, Will, I need to tell my son to be a kicker, man. Y'all don't do nothing in practice." Devin and Lavelle were two amazing souls who I was privileged to call my friends. But today, I'll be honoring my friend Deshaun Amir Perry. Words cannot describe the feeling and the different emotions that I have felt over the last few days. A piece of my life was taken from me and from our Cavalier community. You are the brother that I never knew I had. You impacted my life in so many special ways, from Pee Wee football from the Palmetto Bay Broncos to high school football with you at Gulliver Prep, now to here on the big stage. I admired you the whole way through, and I could not be more proud of your success. You lit up my face with your infectious smile, your laughter, and your amazing view on life every day in school. You were a role model to me and a mentor to me as I watched your every move, and I wanted to be just like you. You were a rock star in the community, giving back and helping others ahead of you, and doing everything for everyone before yourself. The way that you held my head high in high school when I needed you the most is the same way that you mentored me here in college, helping me be the person I am today. Your presence was felt each and every day that I was able to step on the field and share it with you. You were always the first one to be there for me after a make or after a miss. Your outlook on life never changed. You were always going to go out of your way for the people you love the most. I strive to be like you in many ways: your work ethic, your compassion, your mindset, and your loyalty. The world would be a better place with more people like you, Deshaun. I know you're watching over all of us here and back home in Miami and keeping us all safe. I can't tell you how much of an impact you made on my life, from giving me rides to practice, back to the dorms when it was too cold for us Miami boys, or just being that person that I could talk to and relate to. Because of you, D, my path took me to UVA. I saw the man that you had become, and I wanted to be just like you. Funny story was at the Miami game, a bunch of my boys, everyone knows who knows D, I made those kicks, and Sean came to the sideline, didn't even tell me anything, just gave me that look. He went, said nothing, that was it, walked away. And me and Deshaun always had the fond memories of Chicken Kitchen. Everyone down south, Florida people know what Chicken Kitchen is, and every time we talk, hey man, I can't wait to go back home, bro, we gotta get Chicken Kitchen. So just those little funny memories, and a bunch of y'all saw the video of him rapping in the locker room here, but I had that in high school too, so I was very grateful for that. So Miss Happy and Mr. Sean, you did an amazing job raising this compassionate, sweet, talented, kind young man who will always hold a very special place in my heart. The conversations that we had yesterday at dinner and at the mountain again show me how special your family truly is. I want to thank you for everything you have done for me and my family over the years. You supported me and cheered me on even after Deshaun left Gulliver. You really are truly a special family that I'm beyond grateful to call a part of my extended family. Seeing you guys yesterday and witnessing your strength and courage gave me the comfort and the peace I was looking for to continue and keep pushing ahead each day myself, no matter the circumstances. If I had to leave y'all with one thing, it'd be to fight. Fight for everything you do, no matter the task at hand. Fight for what you want and fight for the people you love most. Deshaun was the biggest fighter I knew and always pushed himself to be the best person on and off the field. I now fight for you, D. Everything I do is for you now, and I promise I'll make you proud. I love you. See you soon, Rambo.
My name is Hunter Stewart, and I came in with Deshaun Perry. If you know Deshaun, he was a true, modern-day example of a Renaissance man. The dude could do a lot. He painted, played the piano, rapped, loved poetry, and loved all kinds of music. Some of my earliest memories with Deshaun was on the sleds during Pride Fridays. If you know Deshaun, when he first got here, he couldn't push a sled to save his life. And just this past summer, we had with Coach Smo, we were working out, and you got to see Deshaun grow, and he does with everything. If he can't do it, he's gonna find a way and figure out how to do it. And this past summer workouts, just watching Deshaun actually being able to push a sled with even more weight on it, and we had just got finished doing the workout, me, Nick, and a bunch of other linebackers, and we just went over, and you saw genuine joy for just seeing your brother grow to the point that from freshman year where he couldn't push a sled to now he's groaning and moaning to push this sled, but he's moving it now. And just even more fond memories of Deshaun. Before he got his car up here, we rode pretty much everywhere together. And then Deshaun, he listens to all kinds of music. If you, at first glance, you probably wouldn't think so, but fond memories of just listening to Adele, someone like you in the car, and both of us weren't really blessed with the vocals to sing that kind of music, but we persevered and we sung anyway. Even more memories of just going out with Deshaun and just talking to him and learning why he acts the way he does, and just learning the influence that both his parents had on him. As everyone knows, Deshaun was a fighter, and I would always jokingly ask him where he got it from, and he would always jokingly respond he got it from his mom. And just from hearing the stories, he did get it from his mom, from his many stories. And just knowing that you had a brother like that who could do multiple things and was always riding with you no matter where you was going. I always knew I was safe and protected with him, and I always knew he was going to be in for a good time no matter what. And that's how I would love to remember Deshaun, just a man of many talents, teaching you things. As Sean Moore knows, he's been trying to teach me how to do that one Florida dance. I still can't do it. It's I still can't do it. I was never gifted with the hips to do it. But from now on, every celebration after any play is going to be that.
Deshaun, I want to start by saying, hey, man, it felt like that's what you started every conversation with, regardless of the topic. Friends come and go, but brothers are forever. And Deshaun, you're one of a kind. Your unwavering loyalty, love, humor, and creativity are qualities I will never forget. You were the first person here to take me in. We took our first class together, and coming into your room afterwards and just laughing about workouts, class, and all that stuff are memories that will last me forever. And then when we moved in together during fall camp, that was quite the experience. You were calm within the storm going on around me. Every day you pushed me. We woke up and we were going through it. But every day, every morning, you looked at me, you smirked, and said, "This sucks." But afterwards, you said, "Let's go." And you had a one-day-at-a-time mentality, a one-rep-at-a-time mentality. I could see it in your eyes. Your passion and your love for the game was admirable.
You took advantage of every opportunity you had. When we finally got to play next to each other at Georgia Tech, it had been everything we've been talking about since first year summer. The smile on your face said it all. You pushed me so hard to be my best. Whatever I did, you had my back ferociously. You were my earthly protector, and now I have no doubt you are my heavenly protector. I love you, D. Football was only the part that the world saw, but we got to see so much more. Seeing your laugh and being around you for 4 years was nothing but an honor. The joy and happiness you brought was infectious. I could never have a bad day around you. I'm so happy we screamed and embarrassed you in the locker room saying happy birthday a few weeks ago. Seeing that laugh and smile lit me up. I promise to carry your legacy on within me. I can't say I love you enough, man. LBC, until we meet again, brother.